Hey, good morning, YouTube, or should I say bad morning? Man, cryptocurrencies got hit hard overnight. Last night I made a video telling you guys to keep close tabs on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies last night. I had a feeling things were going to drop. All that, news came out about China banning Bitcoin exchanges yesterday. Then we had Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, talking junk about Bitcoin. And then we saw the price, and I kind of said if we see the price dip below 4,000, it could get ugly in a lot of people's minds. That's kind of a mental bottom or a mental base to the price. So we saw it slide quite a bit. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So I was up until about 1 in the morning last night, and I picked up some Bitcoin at just under $4,000. I think I got in at 3,000, $3,980 or so. I also got into some more Ethereum at what I get in at. I think I don't know, 280 something, and I bought some more Litecoin at I don't know, I think it was about 62. And as you can see, like I think I went to bed. I actually caught it a little bit cheaper. Maybe I was up at a different time or something, but anyhow, woke up to see it slide even more. Same with Ethereum, same with Litecoin. So right now it is 7:46 a.m. in Chicago. That means it's 5:46 a.m. in LA and on the West Coast. I woke up a little bit sick to my stomach over these prices. And in about 2 hours, you're going to have a bunch of people on the West Coast waking up to see Bitcoin under $4,000. There's probably some people who are just kind of catching up to the news about China supposedly banning Bitcoin exchanges, etc. So I think we're going to see the price slide even more. I thought I was buying the dip last night. I actually bought it a little bit too high. Fortunately, at least I didn't wake up and see the price at like 3,300 or something like that. One thing some of you guys might want to do if you trade on GDAX, start setting some ridiculously low limit orders. People tend to freak out when the price starts dropping and then more people start to sell. Some people have stop losses set up, meaning like automatic sells that are triggered at a certain price. So when a lot of people start selling and then it starts hitting other low points and people start executing, that creates a mass sell-off. And that's when we see these like flash crashes where Bitcoin or whatever else may drop like 50% for maybe only a few seconds, maybe only a few minutes, and then it sharply rebounds. But sometimes if GDAX or Bittrex, if you have a limit order set up at a ridiculous price, sometimes those things will execute. I'll be curious to see what happens here today. Keep a close eye on things. Like I said, it's 7:47 Chicago time, 5:47 LA. I imagine within the next hour or two, people in LA will be waking up. I imagine we'll probably start to see some more people selling off, and I imagine we'll probably start to see the price slide a little bit more. I'd like to buy in really heavy right now, but I'm already pretty heavily invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and other cryptocurrencies. And like I said last night, I threw 500 into Ethereum, 500 into Litecoin, and another 1,000 into Bitcoin. I was almost going to go heavy, and I was like, you know what? Buy a little bit, wait to see what happens in the morning. My thought process, a lot of times I notice at around 1 or so in the morning, Bitcoin will hit like the low of the day, and then it'll spike, around the time I wake up or around the time I get into my office. It's already gone up, and I kind of missed an opportunity to buy. So last night at like 1 something in the morning, I was like, maybe this is a low of the overnight low. I'm gonna buy in. So I'm down a little bit from where I bought in last night. I'd love to buy more, but like I said, I'm already pretty heavily invested. I already made another purchase yesterday. So I think I'm going to sit on the sidelines for now. If things continue going lower, I'll probably buy a little bit more. But yeah, kind of depressing to see. Every time something like this happens, I think a lot of us kind of get freaked out, and a lot of us are like, "Oh, I don't want to buy anymore. I'm already into this pretty deep." And then a day later, 2 days later, maybe a week later, maybe more than that. But eventually, Bitcoin always does seem to come back, and then we're always kicking ourselves for why did we sell. One thing to keep in mind, you guys, you haven't lost anything until you've sold. If you bought Bitcoin at 5 grand and it's now down to $3,800, you haven't lost anything until you actually sold that Bitcoin. So I just wanted to share some stats with you just to kind of put this into perspective. In June and July of 2017, we went from a we went from a high of $3,003 to $1,714, a change of negative 42.92%. In March of 2017, we went from a high of $1,336 to $888, or I think my dates are a little bit off, but to $888, a change of minus 33.53%. At one point, we went from a high of $1,166 to $735, a change of minus 36%. And at another time, we went from a high of 789 to 555, a change of minus 65%. So, some news comes out, some FUD starts happening, people freak out, everybody sells, Bitcoin price falls, things tend to rebound, and a lot of the people who sold at a loss are now buying back in at a higher price. So, assuming you don't need this money for rent or your mortgage, which, as we always say, only invest what you can afford to lose, you shouldn't really be freaking out. Don't sell anything you haven't lost until you sold. Keep an eye on things. Could they continue to go lower? Yes. Will they? I don't know. My prediction for today, I mean, it's a wild ride here. I don't know, what's going to happen any more than you guys do, but my prediction, I think Bitcoin might see 3,600. I think Ethereum might see 248. And I think Litecoin's been down into the 50s already, if I'm not mistaken, right? And I think Litecoin may see 56. So, like I said, in a couple hours, people on the West Coast will be waking up. I think we'll see things continue to slide a little bit more. And then I think we'll see things rebound. I'm not saying today. I'm not even saying within the next couple days, but I think within the next week, we'll be back up over 4,000 consistently. And I think it should be a pretty smooth ride. I'm not saying we're going to shoot up to 5 again, but I think it should be a pretty smooth ride up to, say, 4,100, 4,300. And once we're back there, I think everybody can stop freaking out. So I haven't even had a chance to take a look at my altcoins yet. Okay, so we'll head over here and take a look at some altcoins and stuff. One thing I would say, if you guys have never invested in Bitcoin before and you're not down right now, there has never been a better time to buy into Bitcoin. I mean, I guess there has been a better time back when it was a couple $100, but I don't know that you'll see prices like this again for quite some time. So, if you feel like you've missed the bus, if you get in right now, I think probably within the next month, 6 weeks, you'll probably be up, about $1,000 per Bitcoin. Let's see. So what Litecoin we got at 60? Dash shouldn't get to. I mean, I know Dash was trading at upwards near 400, but Dash is kind of holding its own. NEM at 22 cents. I mean, it got hit, but that's, I think it was at 25 yesterday. Ethereum Classic down to 13. Had been trading at about 15. It had seen a high of like 18 or 19 a while back. Neo was at like 22, so Neo didn't get slammed too hard. Lisk is down to 640. It's still holding its own pretty high. Waves 385. Waves got hit pretty hard. I'm not that bullish on the future of Waves, but it seems to find its way back to like $5 all the time. So Waves could be a buy. Ark's holding its own 317. BitShare is down to 10 cents. That's been trading at about 12. Steam is down to $1.12. If you're a Steemian, if you're a Steemit user, not a bad time to power up your account. Factum 19. That one had been up to 30. It's been trading around 23 or so. Komodo down to $1.66. I bought some of that the other day at around 2 something. But Komodo could be a buy. Pivx, I bought some Pivx the other day. I think I paid about $3.30, so I'm down on that one. Pivx is a coin I just started getting interested in. It's a fork off of Dash. Dash is a fork off of Bitcoin. People call Pivx the Dash Killer, Dash 2.0. It's a privacy coin that could be interesting. Let's see, game credits, Verge, Navcoin. Okay, Navcoin's under $1. Navcoin could be a buy. Yeah, so if you guys have been sitting on the sidelines with some cash waiting for an opportunity, guys, Vertcoin down to 69 cents. This is your opportunity. Those of you guys who are holding Bitcoin and feel like you're sitting on a loss, don't sell it. I would even potentially encourage you guys to buy more after things shake out and we kind of see what's going to happen today. But yeah, it was I can't say I was surprised to wake up and see the prices, but as always, it is a little bit depressing. One more thing I'll say before we cut out is every time this happens, I'm like, I'm pretty heavily invested, because I'm not thinking about selling at all, but the idea in my head is like, oh, should I buy more? Should I go heavy? And every time this happens, the whole world is kind of uncertain. People are kind of losing confidence in Bitcoin, and I'm like, I'd like to buy in, but I already got quite a bit of my, net worth, quite a bit of all my money in cryptocurrencies. Oh crap, I bought a little bit more last night. Do I really want to get in heavier? And the past couple times I haven't. And sure enough, a day later we're up 600 bucks, 2 weeks later we're up 1,500 bucks, whatever it may be. So I'm gonna wait and see how things shake out. I may be buying a little bit more, but yeah, it should be an interesting day. Should be an interesting couple of days here. I still don't think we've heard any like finalized or concrete news about China banning Bitcoin exchanges. So maybe something like that'll come out today or tomorrow. But yeah, should be an interesting ride. Any news you guys have? Any coin picks you guys have? If you guys kind of want to give your analysis of what's going on here, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button below, and stay strong, guys. Keep your heads up today. Don't sell. You haven't lost anything until you sell, and I think soon enough we'll be back up above 4,000. Could be a little bit more volatility here today as people continue to wake up and check prices and things like that. So I'll catch you guys later. Yeah,